Yo, what is up, guys? So I had an interesting idea for today's video. I haven't done something like this ever before, but I've decided I'm going to look back on a replay as old as I can possibly find on ball chasing. This is one of the first ever PC replays that I have that I could possibly find. This is from 2016. I think the exact date is somewhere middle of 2016. This would be about a little less than a year after the release of Rocket League. So a year later than this is when I was called by the community to be the best player in the world. So a year later from this, I improved a massive amount within this year to the next, and I just want to go over and see how different the gameplay was. This was from a pro tournament. This was a tournament right here that I used to care a lot about these tournaments no matter what the prize pool was, but this tournament was probably something like $100 prize pool for the entire tournament. And if you get first place, you probably get something like maybe like 20 bucks split 3 ways, for example, something like that. Depends how the prize pool split was. Usually like it's a $50 first place prize and it's split between 3 players, something like that. It was like pretty average, but there was at times where they would trickle down the prize pool to give a little bit to everybody and you get even less for first. So we weren't playing for money at this time. This was the best time in Rocket League. One of my favorite areas of Rocket League was just playing all these tournaments, every single one that I could possibly play, and playing against the best of the best at a time, and we win the majority of the time, which is pretty awesome. So you're looking at the tournaments that everyone had to play at the time. There was really no RLCS at the moment. I'm pretty sure this might have been the start of the first RLCS season. I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, this was basically what everybody did all the time back then, was just grind these tournaments. So I'm going to show you guys some gameplay of that. As you can see, I'm in the breakout. This was my team at the time, Torment, who ended up being on my team on Cloud9. Obviously, Timothy was his teammate first, and then I was actually standing in for Darkfire at the time. So yeah, this is Torment, Darkfire, and Timothy's team, but I was standing in for Darkfire at the time. And we're playing against Ping Pong, Pete, Subin, and Karma Sita. Karma was the best female player. I think this is still the best female player ever of all time. She was the best at this time by a massive margin. Like, she was insane. This was like a semi-final, I believe. I kind of like briefly looked at this. This was a semi-final. I think in the final we ended up playing against, I think it was Orbit at the time. I forget. Either Orbit or it was maybe IBP. I forget. But we lost the final. I think it was 4-2 in a game 7. I think it was to Kronovi's team at the time. But either way, this was a pretty big matchup. Yeah, this was Team XYZ, I believe their name was. I don't want to ramble too much more, but let's get into it. Let's see what we can see as the key differences from all the way back then. This is 2016. So this is, I mean, closing in on 10 years ago. I know it's still 2 years away, but closing in on 10 years ago, it's a pretty long time ago, and we're gonna see how this looks. All right, wait, the boosts are glitched. Hopefully that comes back. I'll probably come back in 10 seconds from now. There we go. So immediately, hey, I'm already surprising myself here. Pre-flip off the wall. I think I still had pretty standout mechanics for this time, and people saw that, and I was getting offers from good teams. So that was actually a really good touch for the time. Flipping back, missing all the pads, already a big problem here. Missing every single pad. Double commit likely. Yep. Awkward. Probably should have been a goal for them, but it's fine. Shouldn't be waiting on this boost. This is bad. Waiting on the boost is never good. I didn't know that yet. Boost popped up right after, and that's why it's not good. Because I could have been moving toward the net and been able to help out Torment, but let's see Torment perspective. You like DC or something? The Torment looks so bad too. Dude, everyone looks so bad. It's insane. But I mean, we're just all learning the game, bro. We had nothing to learn from. There was no tutorials. The boost is a little bit glitched at the beginning of these replays, but it's fine. Good aerial. Ooh, go for the double tap. I honestly, I could tell that I was picking up the game really quick though. I double jumped pretty good there. The double jump wasn't even that common at this time. This is really early, and there was no flipper sets. Flipper sets weren't possible, by the way. I don't want to pause too much, but I probably will end up pausing too much because I like talking about the game. But flipper sets were not possible. It wasn't actually a thing in the game yet because it was added with a map. It was a Neo Tokyo variant. It was called Underpass, I believe. And they had ramps on the side, and they added the flipper set by accident while adding in the ability to go off that ramp and keep an infinite flip. That's what actually added flipper set. So it wasn't actually possible to flipper set. Even if you could accidentally do it, it wasn't possible. It wasn't actually a thing within the game. So yeah, that's why you don't see anything like that. You'll only see air dribbles and double taps. It's basically the extent of the mechanics, and even then no one was able to do it consistently basically for the first like year and a half. I would say I was probably the first player that like in NA RLCS, they made a really big push mechanically. I think in Europe, Devo was the first player that really pushed things. I think Devo was a big inspiration for a lot of people, myself included. And in NA, I was the guy that pushed everything. And then eventually I brought it to land stage and pushed mechanics to another level. And I think Zen's like the modern day version of that, that's pushing mechanics to the next level. So everyone's kind of meeting Zen's level now, and that's awesome to see. You need players to keep pushing things, man. But it's early time. Everyone was learning everything for themselves. There was no tutorials. There was no way to learn things quickly. You just had to keep trial and erroring. And yeah, him with the open net. Can you take us home? Good shot. Hey, it took us time. Well played. Well played. 1-1 here. Tied up game. Some weird boost glitches. Like I don't have 90 boost here. All right, we're good now. It fixes itself. First few seconds of kickoff fixes. I think the replays are so old. Let's look at Timothy's aerial here. Also, pay attention to the back wall defense. I mean, that's a miss. That's never a miss now. Some of the... Let's see. Back wall touch from Torment. Why is Torment's, like, car control? Why does it look so wobbly? Like, he gets his touch and then he just doesn't recover at all. Did he really not... I feel like I look pretty ahead in this lobby. I somehow have an Octane now. Okay. All right. Good chow. Good enough. I pre-jumped that. Looking for the back boost here. I have a big problem with sitting on back boost. I don't do this ever now. So this is very interesting to see. I never do this now. And I have a breakout now. What is happening? What is happening? I think I use this card because of Gambit. Gambit at the time was insane. If you guys know who Gambit is, you're an OG. That's all I'll say. All right, take my time here. Hit up the wall. It's fine. Okay, my mechanics off the wall were super, super confident though. I'm not standing back here. How do I deal with this? This is awkward. Wow, what a shot. It's almost insane, actually. Front flipping, by the way, no speed flips. That was obviously not a thing until like very recently. That was like last 2 years. I really like my wall mechanics compared to what I'm seeing in the opposition here. This is the highest rank in the game, by the way. These are all top 100 players at this time. What just happened? How did they go in my net? Wait, redirect? Oh my god. Wait, that was insane. Wow. That was actually a really good shot. All right, we're tied up again. Well played. The mid boost. Front flipping everywhere. Front flipping way too much is the bad habit from back then that no one knew. Everyone flips around the field so much. Like, look at sub in here. Going back. This is what everyone did. Everyone thought they had to flip everywhere to get speed. So like flip, flip. You don't have to do that, obviously. It's not necessary. I have an Octane again, somehow. Good pass. It's an intentional pass there. I like that. Ooh. I'm trying the shots. I see myself in this, but a very, very old I mean, it makes sense. It just feels like a really sloppy version of super duper duper sloppy version of modern day. I'm talking like a version of me that forgot everything and woke up in 2016. Oh, it's why? What am I gonna do? Go off the wall. Be confident. Oh, both my teammates are pre-jump. Both missed. Stall some time. Stall some time here. Let's see it. Torment, back pass. Who'd have thought we would have become world champions? But yeah, I'm kind of cooking though. Mechanically, I'm kind of cooking. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, there's small things, but I feel like in comparison to the competition, I'm looking pretty good. I look pretty comfortable. Let's see. Double tap. Oh my. That was actually gross, but there's no way they're expecting this. Double jump to the. Oh my gosh. Wait, that's a highlight. That's a highlight back then. Nah, that's a future world champion play for sure. For sure. I can see it. And I have a breakout now. I think I'm like clipping that or something. I don't know. I don't know what's going on there. Why am I AFK in a tournament? Go, go, go. Nice, nice. Over. Take your time. Good patience, Torment. Nice. So much time as well. Good pass. I wasn't quite ready though. Our comms must have been. Also, comms have evolved. That's a big thing too in pro play. When I first started, comms were very little. People were kind of just chilling in a call, and like occasionally would say like I'll go or I got it. But now it's like very intentional with what you comm. That changed over to oh. No, I'm better. I'm so much better than everybody right now. I'm like even here. This is a crazy shot for the time. I'm not gonna lie. This is like what Zen was doing last year to people, but like modern day. It's kind of insane. It's kind of insane that this was like no one was ready for this at all. This is like you just have to look up and watch. That was all the hours of free play. I spent so much time in free play. But again, modern day is super easy. I would say there's like majority of players that have played for a while can do this pretty easily now. But again, there was no tutorial to learn from. No one had a tutorial on how to air dribble, how to get better car control, nothing at all. So like all this stuff was self-taught. So no one else knew how to do it. And I obviously knew how to do it because I was spam practicing it all the time. But again, like no one else has even attempted an air dribble in this lobby. As soon as I had time on the wall, you can see I go for it. Definitely mechanically a step ahead of the competition. For sure. I didn't realize how much though. Because like everybody else is pretty rough right now. Maybe I felt so confident like an AFK in these rounds. I'm back. But yeah, I think mechanically, you can see the level is pretty low. Pretty low. You don't see anyone really going for much. Like I'm reading this as well. Way earlier. I look pretty confident at the time. I'm actually impressing myself quite a bit. Gotta give past me props. I would love to have a 1v1 with this old me and like show. I would love to show this version of me from that many years ago, 2016, like what's possible now. I think they would love it. Imagine if somehow I was able to time travel back in time and teach this version of me how many world championships I would have had. Damn. Look at Torment. That's the consistency right there. Slap. Good job. Shot. Whoa. Did I see a little... Wait, what? That looks like the Zen takeoff now. Drift into the... Whoa. I was cooking up something. Okay. No. Oh my gosh. I look pretty comfortable in the air. Again, like, everyone looks pretty rough, but compared to the competition, it looks pretty comfortable. Honestly, this gameplay surprised me a lot. Because, okay, this is the thing that you guys have to remember. Oh, it would be insane. This is the thing you guys have to remember. Like, at the time, this is the best of the best. These matches are super intense. Like, this is the hardest thing you could possibly play. There's nothing better. Like, there's obviously a few teams like in Europe, they had flip side tactics. That team would probably beat anybody this time. It was like Cookser, Marky Duda, Mike Rules. They were insane. But I'm just saying, like, in terms of the top level, there was nothing higher than this. This was the highest level in the game, highest rank in the game. These teams were making the top like placements in all these tournaments all the time. So it's like, it looks bad, but the game evolved because of these players in this lobby. And the players that played at this time that pushed the mechanical ceiling over and over again. This is the reason why the game is what it is now. And you have to give these players props, man, for playing this long and like still making an impact in the game. Like Torment's still coaching OG. I'm still playing, streaming. I'm not sure what the other guys are doing. Karma is, I think, still involved with Rocket League. So like people that have played from all the way back then to now is crazy, and it's awesome to see. Also, the scoreboard worked differently back then, guys. All these numbers would be doubled. So the scoreboard just gave less points for everything, basically. So I would have actually 680, and Torment would have double. Timothy would have double. So yeah, the scoreboard would work differently as well. But as you can see, I had my ESL monthly elite title, which means I made it to the top 4 of a monthly tournament. This is like the first time I made it to the top 4 in a monthly tournament. A monthly, you basically have to play like weekly tournaments to get points to make the monthly. And if you make the monthly and you get top 4, you get this title. So that was my first title. I got it like a month before this, and then I went on to get like 10 ESL monthly champion titles in a row. I think the next month and beyond, I think I won every monthly for like 10 months. It was insane. And then I think I just stopped playing them after that. But I won, like, my goal was to get that title that Timothy has, ESL monthly champion. That was the first one that I ever wanted to get, and we ended up getting it. Now we have all these, obviously, which I never could have foreseen. If you guys care about any of this, I can show. But it's really cool to go back, like trip down memory lane to see that, because I don't remember playing those games. Obviously, I know I played so much, but I know I played for so long now. There it is. You summon the champion, and that was the title I was using in that replay right there. You summon the elite. But yeah, crazy to look back on. I think Universal Open Champions here too for the 2v2 lane. But yeah, who would have thought that like those games and playing those tournaments for fun would have had me traveling across the world and meeting so many cool people and getting to meet all of you guys, talking to you guys for so many years, streaming all the time now. I stream all the time to you guys, and get to talk to you guys every day, which is pretty awesome. And the fact that I've had the ability to travel the world and win these events with crowds, audiences actually being there watching and caring about the games, it's awesome, man. It really is crazy. I never would have ever expected that, and I think the little me had no idea. There was no future in the game. I just love playing it, honestly. Like there was no way I could have known that any of what happened in the future would happen. There literally was no future. No one was getting paid anything. The salaries were like little to none. Like if you were under an organization, you were getting paid maybe $100 a month. Obviously not livable, not worth not going to college for and stuff like that. So like there's no way I could have ever known. I just loved it, man. I loved getting better. I love that there was people that I could help to get better. I felt like I was being impactful and making a difference to you guys, and I'm really happy that I was able to experience all of it, honestly. And I can't wait to make more memories in the future, man. Like I think if there's ever a Rocket League 2, I'm gonna get right back on that competitive train, get on a team and grind. And I want to win stuff in that game too, because that's a different game. Obviously, it's gonna be a new experience and new things to win, right? So it's gonna be a fun time. But as for this version of Rocket League, man, I'm like very more than pleased with everything I've done. Like I said, going through the title list, looking back on all these memories, man, like this is like 10 years worth of work basically right here. So I don't know, man. I'm very happy with everything in this game. Looking back on the replay, man, it makes me happy. Honestly, it makes me so happy just thinking about the time. I remember how much I laughed and enjoyed playing those games, and I think I've lost a little bit of that now. It's not as fun now as it was back then, but I think it's still enjoyable, and I think that's what matters the most. And thank you guys for being a big part of the reason why it's enjoyable. So yeah, love you guys. Thank you so much for all the support. As always, if you enjoyed the video, please be sure to leave a like on the video and also leave a comment, your thoughts on the gameplay from back then. I already know you guys are going to be saying I'm gold and I look better than this. I already know it's coming, and that's fine, that's fair. But remember that these are the players that shaped the game to be what it is today, and back then it was the best of the best. And if you got thrown into the lobby back then, you would have got absolutely smoked. So remember that and be respectful to the players of back then. The season 1 world champions need to get their credit, because they are the people that pushed the game, and everyone that came after that also pushed the game. And remember, it's always the modern day is always the best of the best that you're seeing. So you got to give those players credit. They're always trying to push the game to be better and better. But yeah, love you guys, appreciate y'all, and I'll see y'all in the next. Peace.